This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com. It's main event time. As a reminder, the Bulldog has recently turned heel during a tag match on Raw by attacking his partner Diesel. Bulldog then cut off his dreadlocks and went with a crew cut. We haven't spent a lot of time talking about that. I liked Bulldog with the dreadlocks. Why do you think he switched it up here? Is this someone from creative services or Vince wanting him to switch it up, or is this just Davey's call?
No, this was something that we discussed, and it was something Davey wanted to do. I think he looked 1,000 times better with the short hair. But his shoulders were huge. I just thought he looked a hell of a lot better with the crew cut and the short hair, in my opinion. I hated the dreadlocks. It just didn't fit to me. It was like he was trying to be something that he wasn't with the dreadlocks, in my opinion. So I was a big proponent of the, yes, please, good God, update and change your look. And that's what it was for. It was to change his look and try and freshen it up from, I think he'd had the dreadlocks in WCW prior to that. I didn't think that it fit him.
Next up, our main event. Diesel's going to retain the title, beating Davey Boy in 18 minutes and 14 seconds. Woof. Feels like a long time for a Diesel match. Meltzer would write, virtually the entire match was Smith working on Diesel's left knee. Diesel sold the knee so well. It was a logical match that would have been a good match if the crowd was educated to submissions, which they aren't. If they had done a good 5 minutes at the end, which they didn't, and it had a strong finish, which it had anything but. So it came off as a boring match. Early in the match, Diesel took a bump outside the ring and crashed into Bret Hart, who was doing commentary, and shoved Bret hard. During the match, Smith used a sharpshooter, but Diesel powered out to tell the story that he may be able to survive Bret's finisher. Later in the match, Diesel made his comeback, starting by pushing Smith off as he went for the power slam and kicked him in the face. Jim Cornette, who interfered more than any heel manager in a WWF title match in years, wound up crashing in Smith's way and got hit with a forearm. Smith ended up posting Diesel outside the ring and slapped Hart at ringside. Hart jumped into the ring and went wild on Smith for a DQ. And it's a DQ on Diesel for outside interference. So Diesel then attacks Bret for costing him the match, and it's going to build up their singles match, which is the November 19th pay-per-view show. And they go off the air with a pull apart brawl. I don't hate the idea of the story they're trying to tell to build towards the next pay-per-view. I do like the idea of them putting Bret's finisher on and Diesel powering out. All that's good stuff. But a DQ win, and we're spending money for it. It does feel like a little bit of a letdown. What did you think?
It was boring. Here's the problem. We're trying to get Davey Boy over as a heel and trying to tell a story with Bret and Diesel, and it was convoluted. It was go see Razor Ramon versus Dean Douglas. There wasn't really any chemistry with Bulldog and Kevin Nash. Add that into the mix, and it was trying to tell too many stories at one time from the standpoint of, hey guys, we've got this, we're promoting to the next show. And it just wasn't a really good execution. The match could have been at least 10 minutes shorter, and I wouldn't have minded to do the same thing. But it was the cherry on the sundae of this pay-per-view. And it was like a really old rotten cherry that was at the bottom of the fucking jar. You put it on there, and the ice cream was actually yogurt, but it was the cheap kind of yogurt where they just used the powder to make the chocolate. And yeah. And the chocolate syrup was Nestle's Quick. It wasn't good. It just wasn't good. I don't know how else to say it, but
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.